Join me right now on Kumite TV is UFC bantamweight slasher Nohelin Hernandez. What's going on, Nolan?
What's up, everybody? What's up, man? Not much. Just hanging out after training. Just here.
You know, you're in Phuket right now in Thailand. Before you got there, how long did you spend and where did you spend your camp, the first part of it?
So I received notice that I was, offered to fight Jack Shore 2 weeks before I got to Phuket. So, I've been in camp. I've been in camp for a while. To answer your question, 2 weeks before, two weeks before I moved here, I was at my home base of American Kickboxing Academy in San Jose.
In those 2 weeks, was there anything in particular you were focusing on before you headed out to Thailand?
Not really. I think I'm at a point in my career, and it's like I'm not training for anything specific. I'm just training everything, just trying to be as well rounded as possible. Excuse me. I'm just training my jiu-jitsu, my wrestling, my stand up, everything. I don't ever work one particular thing more than the other. Everything is just always well rounded.
You've been out to Phuket before. This time you're going out there to finish up your camp. I think about 4 or 5 weeks you're gonna spend in total there.
3 weeks. 3 weeks total here in Phuket.
Okay.
3 weeks here, and then I'm flying out to Copenhagen the last week. So 4 weeks till the fight, but 3 weeks here.
What took you there?
Man, that's such a good question. I was wondering what the hell took me here too, right? It's kind of crazy, man. It's everything just lined up like perfectly. I really wasn't even gonna come to Thailand. Like I had this. What I'm saying is, I had this flight booked before I knew that the fight was gonna happen, right? And when the fight got offered to me, before that, actually, I wasn't even gonna come to Thailand. I was like, man, I'm just gonna save myself some money, just stay in the States, take care of a few financial things, and whatever. And then I heard of the fight, and I was like, fuck, man, like maybe I should keep the flight, go have my camp in Phuket, Tiger Muay Thai, and just take it. And so things just kind of fell into place like this, that, and a ton of other things. And it was just one of those things where I just had to listen to my gut and just go with the flow of things. And I mean, I love it here in Phuket. Tiger Muay Thai is one of the best gyms in the world, actually. And I'm just happy to be here, man. I would have, either or, American Kickboxing Academy or here at Tiger Muay Thai. Like I think if I would have chosen to stay at home or come here, I think either camp would have been good. But I think just the timing for this camp, the way the things played out, it was just perfect. And here I am.
Yeah, man. Sometimes it's good to let the wind blow you where it does.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Definitely.
Now, you've been training at American Kickboxing Academy, probably the best gym in the world. A lot of people say, and Tiger Muay Thai just up there, with the best of them. What's different about Tiger Muay Thai that makes you want to go over there and kind of soak up the energy they have?
Well, there's a few things. I think to begin with, I think that, and it's maybe sounds a little strange, but I feel like, and I'm just gonna be honest. I'm always honest, and it is what it is. I don't really, if I hurt anybody's feelings, I'm not really sorry for it. I feel like I just get more attention here. I get more things provided to me here. I have everything in one spot. I don't have to go, as I have to in back at home. I don't have to hop from sparring and wrestling jiu-jitsu at AKA to strength conditioning at another gym or look for boxing training somewhere else. Everything is here at Tiger Muay Thai for me. I have it all. I have the strength conditioning. I have the jiu-jitsu, the wrestling, the MMA sparring, and I have more eyes on me, with Coach George Hickman and Frank Hickman. He's not here this time around, unfortunately, but I just feel like I get a little bit more eyes on me, and that feels cool. It feels good to me. I feel like being back at home, because AKA is such a big gym. I think that a lot of fighters there get lost in the shuffle, and it's nobody's fault. It's just we have such a big gym and it's such a big name that I found it hard to get good coaching attention and just my needs met as a fighter, and that's just something I get here that I don't get at home. I just get a little more attention, and it is cool. And I'm not saying I don't get like some attention back home, because I do, obviously. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. But I just like the environment here. I like it here. The food is great. Um, the sites are awesome. Whenever I'm not training, I can go out and explore a little bit, and just, I guess, like, get lost in the city, or the beach, right? Just kind of distract my mind. And then another reason why I like it here is because I just feel like I have less distractions here, right? I think that when you're in your comfort zone, right, I feel like you stop sometimes growing as a person, and in this case, sometimes as a fighter. And I just wanted to get out of my element for this time around, and I wanted to get out of my comfort zone, and just be by myself, be focused, because all I have here is training, eating, resting, and that's really it. That's really it. I'm here. I'm here to train. There have been times where I come, other times, and I think it's more for leisure, and I get to explore a little more, and I have the lead. I had the leadway to, like, maybe if I wanted to skip a training, I could skip a training. But this time, I'm here. I'm here to fight. I'm here to win, and um, yeah, that's just the environment that I have here, and it's really cool, and I really like it. And I just encourage everybody to get out of their comfort zone, get out of like, maybe like their home gym, and just go explore different places. And there's a lot of things out there for different fighters and different people. And for me, Tiger Muay Thai and being in Phuket is just it's really cool, and it's really inspiring, and it just I think it's going to help me grow as a fighter and as a person overall.
Tiger, they have somewhat of an open door policy, with fighters, especially professional fighters. They could come in, take the classes, come to sparring. You have that UFC moniker. You kind of have that target on your back. So when you're sparring and you're training there, do you enjoy that environment? Do you enjoy kind of guys coming in there and kind of seeing you and they're like, oh, they know who you are?
Yeah, yeah, I know. I think that it's not at the level where it's like, oh my gosh, it's that guy from the UFC right now. I don't think I'm at that level yet. Although I do know, obviously, because I've been to a Tiger Muay Thai before. Like, obviously, some of my teammates, like the ones that I trained with, know that I got into the UFC and stuff. But I guess just like other people, like, again, I'm too early in my career in the UFC for people to really like make too much of it. Um, and besides that, it doesn't matter. You're in the gym. You're there to work. Whether somebody's in the UFC or like another promotion, it doesn't matter. We're all in there to get better and work with each other, and that's what it's about.
I saw that there's a couple other guys that are on the Copenhagen card training there, particularly Khalil. Who have you been working with closely to kind of sharpen yourself up for this next fight?
Man, you know what? There's so many names, man. I can't give you one specific name.
Mhm.
There's so many names, and some of them I don't even remember because there's so many people. There's not one specific person or anything. It's just more of groups of people that I'm there to work with. And really, I guess really who I'd really like to give a thank you to is George Hickman, because since the beginning he's welcomed me in, and he's been helping me out. He's been setting up my schedule for training and stuff, and he's willing to go the extra mile to help me, and I really appreciate that. Again, just because I don't really get that at home. And yeah, so if I was to say anybody right now that I'm working with, like, I think it's George, my coach right now. So that's that.
Let's go back to your UFC debut, UFC 239. You faced Cheeto Vera. You gave him a lot of problems in the first round. You impressed a lot of people. Take me through that fight and what you got out of that.
Oh man, going back, a lot of emotions. It was a good fight. The first round had me in some bad positions. He had my back. He had me in an arm crush position. Once that happened, I was able to escape and reverse it and do some damage. And I think that won the round, and it did, because I saw the judges' scorecards, and I had won the round. It was 10-10-10 across the board. And going into the second round, I don't know. I was just relaxed. I was the whole experience, man. I was, I always kind of figured that once I made my debut, for the UFC, I'd be kind of nervous or I'd be, scared or intimidated. But that wasn't the case at all. In fact, I was energized. I was happy as I was walking out, and listening to my music and watching the crowd. It was incredible, man. It was everything that I ever wanted to be. And while I was in there, I was just reminding myself, like, hey, man, you're here. You're here. You worked so hard to get here, and here you are now. Like, I was thinking, like, to myself, I was like, don't have a serious face. Smile, man. You're walking out in front of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people, and man, this is your moment. And I was just telling myself that. And anyways, going back to the fight, going into the second round, I was just like, all right, man, let's I'm just gonna do my thing. I mean, I didn't have a camp for this fight. I was in good shape. I was training just like I normally do, anyways. But I had nothing specific for this guy, so I was just like, I'm just gonna go in there and do my thing and just be who I am and just fight. And second round, I got caught with he hit me with a body shot that hurt me. I took a bad shot. That's all it was, man. It was a little mistake, a little like desperate shot. And Daniel Cormier, talks about like taking bad shots and like how don't take bad shots when you're hurt. Things don't end up well. And yeah, and I just took a bad shot. He reversed it, and he as I turned because he mounted me as I turned my back to avoid getting pounded and stuff. He's sneaky. Cheetah Bear is sneaky. He's a sneaky guy. He's a good jiu-jitsu guy. I think probably like the highest level jiu-jitsu guy I've ever faced. With that said, yeah, he just snuck his arm right into my neck, and that was that. But I think that the fight was going good. I think the fight was going my way, and unfortunately, we didn't get that win. But we're hungry and we're looking for this win this time around for UFC Copenhagen.
Definitely. That fight was on short notice. It was during International Fight Week. There's so much going on. Was it kind of somewhat overwhelming? And going through all of that, will it benefit you, do you think, moving forward?
I think I'm made for that, man. I think I'm made for that. I really am. I think that I'm made for the cameras. I think I'm made for the lights, and I enjoy all that. Like, it doesn't ever really put stress on me. And again, it energizes me. In fact, um, yeah, I think moving forward, it's just it was being in the mix of all that. I think I'm just ready for anything else. UFC Copenhagen is a big card. I understand, but I don't think it's going to be as big as 239 was. And so, I'll be ready for this. This guy's making his promotional debut. I think there's more pressure on him than me. I'm looking to fight and looking to fucking win. That's what we're doing. But I think there's more pressure on him. I'm just gonna go in there and do my thing, man. I'm gonna go be myself.
You're going to Copenhagen, like you said. You're welcoming a newcomer to the organization, Jack Shore. He's an undefeated guy. After checking him out a little bit, what are your thoughts on him?
Um, he's yeah, that's it. That's all I really know about him. He's 11-0. Seems to be well rounded. I think his biggest asset is his grappling, his jiu-jitsu. I think that he has good pressure from the top, and he has good knowledge of positions and what to do, and he stays relaxed in there. He's a very composed fighter, and that's that. That's all I really know about him. The things that I'm going into this fight is like questions I have for myself, or not for myself, but just questions that I have beamed into like this whole thing is like, if this guy's 11-0, I think that's kind of it. Also, I think that also like plays a like a downfall for him, because I mean, if you've never lost in MMA, I think that there's a lot of room for things that he hasn't learned, things that he hasn't learned. So I think that is actually a weakness of his. And I also question the level of MMA that they have wherever he's from. I don't really know. I, however, have been fighting in California. I've been fighting killers, man. I've been fighting from killers. If you look at my record, I don't have one padded padded fight at all. I've been getting killers from start, from the regional scene to the end of the regional scene. It was like I was fucking facing killers. They're all killers, and that's what I have going into this fight. Is just I've been in there with a lot of tough guys, and maybe this guy has had some good competition, maybe not. I don't know. We're all gonna find out.
The guy, sure, he is hyped in Europe, and you go in there, you crush his dreams. What would that, first win mean for you? Having it out in, out of country.
Yeah, I mean it's great, man. I've always wanted to travel the world and just fight and do what I love. The fact that honestly, I don't know. I don't really know about. I don't really care who I'm fighting. I really don't. I'm just gonna go in there and fight. Whether it would have been fuck, I don't know. You name any name you want. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm gonna go in there and fight. I don't really listen to any noise. I don't care that the guy's undefeated. That doesn't mean shit in MMA. And anybody can lose on any given day. I think we all know that. And so, I don't really care about this guy, man. I really don't. I don't really. It's just the body. I'm just there to fight. We're gonna win.
All right. Well, I wanted to get your thoughts on the bantamweight division in the UFC. You got a lot of guys that are at the top. You got like Corey Sandhagen, Peter Yan, Aljamain Sterling. Even Frankie Edgar is getting into the mix. With Triple C out, who do you think should be fighting for the title?
I think Sterling. I think Sterling versus Hyon would be a good fight. I think that would be a good fight. I seen their tweets back and forth. I think that'd be a good. I think that'd be a good, interesting fight for the people and just for the division itself. As far as what I think of like our champion, right, or Triple C, I think that guy needs a haircut. I think that guy needs to go see a barber, a good barber. He needs to fire whoever the fuck is letting him cut his hair like that. I mean, he's got all this money, honestly, and he's getting fucking bad haircuts like that. Man, you need a good strishka, brata. That means haircut in Russian. But yeah, that's that, man.
When you see Henry Cejudo with those little clips, it seems like he puts a lot of effort into those clips. Is it more comedy to you, or is it just ridiculous? Like it's like a clown. You believe?
It's both. It's both.
Uh,
But it's entertainment. Whatever, however he tries to sell it, I guess people are eyeing it, and people are paying attention to it. And I mean that's what it is. There is no such thing as bad publicity. And even though it's corny as hell and it's cheesy and it's cringy, right? It sells, I guess. And yeah, I guess that's just. But I mean, I find it entertaining and funny and cringy, as I'm sure everybody else does. But that's just that's what he has to do to sell himself, and that's that. I think it works for him, honestly. So, and I think that's just the guy that he is. So, yeah.
yeah, it's always fun. One last thing before I let you go. Do you consider yourself a fighter or a martial artist?
Man, that's a great question, man. I think I'm at the point of my life right now where I consider myself a fighter. I think that there are different points in my life where I've considered myself a martial artist. But I think right now I'm a fighter. The reason why I say that is because I'm here. I'm training hard. I'm getting it. You know what I mean? I'm getting it. I'm here to fight. I'm here to fight. You know what I mean? There have been times in my past where I'm just kind of more into like the actual martial art and the technique and taking it slow, and those are the times that I've considered myself a martial artist. But right now it's grind time. It's fight time. And so I'm a fighter right now.
All right, man. Well, you get to fight September 28th, UFC on ESPN Plus 18, Copenhagen, Denmark. Thank you, Nolan, for the time, man.
Of course, man. Thank you for reaching out and having me on the show. So you.